Welcome back to the King's Corner, the place for all things Bethesda. I am the King Fan Man. This is the Kingcast. Welcome back, guys. I'm back. It's so good to be here. Y'all, please tell me if everything is set up right. We've got a lot to talk about today. Starfield. We've got Starfield information to talk about. Y'all, let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me. We're going to most of the show is going to be about Starfield. We will get to Fallout 76 stuff if y'all want to talk about it, because there is new content coming to Fallout 76 June the 20th. Some stuff going on right now in Fallout 76, of course. And then Atlantic City coming next year. Some people don't know that it's actually next year, but they did sneak that in the Xbox Extended uh, Direct. So we'll talk about what y'all feel about that. We don't have anything scheduled for this fall, but yes, it has been a while. Can y'all hear me good? Can y'all see me good? Let me know that, and we'll jump right into the show because, man, we've got a lot to talk about. DeMarco, dude, good to see you, man. You've been having some awesome growth on YouTube. Your videos are doing awesome. Y'all go check out DeMarco, dude. Check out his YouTube channel. He's got some cool Starfield stuff, some other stuff as well. Uh, Good to see everybody here. Man, everybody's jumping in. Great to see y'all. All right. Starfield and Fallout 76. That's all we're going to have time for. And of course, y'all's questions, as always, because this is a subscriber driven podcast. So it is great to be back. I have been so busy. And I have to tell y'all just a little personal something uh, real quick. I got to go on a little trip with my son. We got to go fishing in one of my favorite places. And we caught over 200 fish in 2 days. And man, had a great time. So, and my mom was doing well enough that I got to leave her for a little bit. And now I'm back doing the King Cast. So, the Lord has blessed me with just the greatest weekend. So it is great to be here. How is Wolfman? Well, the Wolfman was who I was with. And by the way, Ripple, if y'all didn't see on Twitter, another thing about the weekend, Ripple made her movie debut. She is an actress. And I don't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that because she actually is. Y'all can go look at the pictures there on Twitter. But yes, she had a little supporting role in a movie, and it is streaming now. Um, I cannot remember the name of the movie. I will get it for y'all. But so excited for her. And she and the Queen is doing great. And of course, Wolfman's doing great because he caught over 100 fish, and I caught over 100 fish. So we are, we just had a great weekend, and my mom's doing well as well. So it's good to be back with y'all. And we got so much to talk about with Starfield, and I'm excited, y'all. The Starfield Direct was very good. It was better than what I expected. I think most people are saying that. Uh, Not many haters other than the 30 FPS stuff going on. I guess there's a little bit of uh, negativity about that. We might talk about that if you want to. But one of the things I really did want to focus on, I haven't heard much about it. I was going to make a video about it, but I really wanted to talk to you guys about it is that Todd Howard talked about it in his interview with IGN, and he was talking about the post launch support for Starfield is going to be different than any other game that they've ever done. And I thought this was so unique. And you think about Starfield with 1,000 planets, how much they could do with DLC. And what it sounds like, not only in that interview, but from some other tidbits that I've gotten from some sources, is the fact that they are really planning on supporting Starfield, not just for a little while, but for years to come with DLC. Not Creation Club. I'm talking about full-fledged Bethesda support and putting out new content for Starfield. And again, you think about it with 1,000 planets. Wow. Sources. Yeah, don't you love a YouTuber saying sources? But I'm hearing yes from good people inside. But I will just talk right from the horse's mouth. Howard said in that IGN interview, he said, Starfield post launch support will continue for a very long time. He used those words. And he said, most games that we've done, we did the DLC, after the games, and it stopped and went on to the next game. He said, we're not going to do Starfield this way. So he made a point to say Starfield's going to be different. So, wow, that is amazing. You think about how they did Fallout 4, and you have a couple of story DLCs, then a couple of other, uh, you know, the robot one, and I'm trying to think of what came with Fallout 4. My lupus, I have a hard time with memory. But you had varying DLCs, and he did talk about there's going to be varying sizes of DLCs. But as most of you know, there's already a DLC made for Starfield, and it's going to be coming out with the premium edition. So if you've ordered the premium edition or the full big edition, you're going to be getting what's called Shattered Space, and it is a full story DLC. So they're really planning on supporting this. Okay, I've got to read some of y'all's comments because I'm going to get way behind, but man, I can't wait to talk about some of this stuff. This is great. Okay. Hey, Sarge, what's going on? He says, Hey, King, great to see you back again. My fear for Starfield and support for years was what we were promised for Fallout 4, but we got content and lots of settlement stuff. Yep. Uh, again, I think we're going to get a lot of differing things, but he did talk about story DLC. But again, he talked about varying sizes of DLC. But I have heard, again, DeMarco dude, from sources, they are talking about years of support. Now, does that mean 2 years, 5 years? I don't know. But we've been hearing from the beginning that this was a game that they are making. In fact, Todd Howard says that they wanted to build this game to be made to play for 10 years because they've looked at Skyrim. They've seen how Skyrim's being played. They see how Fallout 4 is still being played. So they wanted to really look at this different. Voltec Spy says, Hey, just wanted to thank you again for sharing that Twitter post. God bless you and happy Father's Day. Yes, y'all, please go to my Twitter and check out a link that I put, I believe it was last night, asking for help. And if you can, please help. If you can't, please share it. But there is Vault-Tec Spy asked me to share that. It's someone uh, with within the Fallout community that has cancer that desperately needs some help. So y'all please check that out. And I know uh, no problem at all there, Vault-Tec Spy. Psycho says, I fully doubt Starfield will run on my Steam Deck. Yes, we also got the specs. Of course, it's going to be 125 gigabyte download. It's going to be massive as far as the size and scope of this game. Um, boy, is Todd telling little lies again? We're going to hear that a lot. I don't know. I don't know. That's their plans right now, is what I'm hearing. Uh, Dedrick Rigg says, I wasn't that excited about Starfield at first. Now I cannot wait. I think a lot of people are that way after the Starfield Direct and some of the things that we're seeing and hearing about. It's the game after I'm most excited about Elder Scrolls. Me too. Me too. Censor says, Hey, King. Hi, chat. Joshua. Wasteland Workshop. Vault 88. Yeah, I forgot about Vault 88 and contraptions. Thank you. That's what came with Fallout 4. DeMarco Do says, curious your thoughts on selling early access at the $100 tier. Yeah, that's interesting. Getting, you're talking about the 5-day early. Um, it's the same thing that content creators, by the way, are getting, which is interesting. The premium edition, the whatever the Constellation edition as well, both are getting the early access, along with content creators are all getting that early access, which is the 5 day early access. I honestly think it's a cool thing. It's a good business decision for Bethesda, and it's cool for fans as well. I don't see a negative in it unless you can tell me other words and direct me that way, DeMarco dude. I think it's a good thing. Psycho Fu says the Lord of the Rings return to Mordor looks interesting. Sarge says and it does, by the way. Uh, DLC with premium edition sounds like they have partitioned some of the full game off and put it behind a paywall. I don't know about that, Sarge. You know, that's always a thought when you start talking about DLC and things like that, and story DLC. From what I understand about this Shattered Space is they're actually not done with that DLC yet. From what I'm understanding about it, believe it or not, with the game coming this quickly, that is one thing that they're still working on. That the game itself is pretty much done, and that is one of the things they're working on. I do understand that thought though. Um, Nice to see you back. Thank you. Dedrick says, if it's going to be Game Pass at launch, why would people pay for it? They're not going to do the Game Pass like they did with Fallout 4. Absolutely not. Some of the facts that uh, I want to go over that just really got me excited with Starfield. And y'all, please continue with the chat. Uh, One thing we learned, of course, there is no multiplayer at all. Now, remember the guy at IGN, I forget his name, but the guy at IGN played the game for over an hour, and I think um, it's kind of missing people that the things that we really need to focus in on what he's saying a lot, because he played the game for over an hour. So he's really got some insight to the game that we don't have, and maybe even the Starfield Direct don't have. But it was confirmed within his talk with uh, Todd Howard that there is no multiplayer, there is no co-op to the game at all. Todd Howard has said multiple times that Starfield is 5 or 6 games in one, and I haven't sit down and done the math, but I understand what he's talking about. You know, the settlement building, the the spaceship flying, and but I haven't counted up how, you know, the RPG itself. You know, it's a sim, it's a sandbox, it's all kinds of different games stacked in one. So it's kind of cool. Ricardo says Starfield is my dream game. It's looking more like that. To tell you the truth, somebody said back there that they weren't excited about it first. Now they're more excited. I have to tell you the truth about me in Starfield. I've always been excited about Starfield. Any new BGS game gets me super excited. But space is not my first just place to go for a game. Or now I like Star Trek, I like Star Wars, I like those movies, but uh, the Elder Scrolls, and y'all don't hate me, but that's where I started. That's where my love was, even before Fallout. So yes, the Elder Scrolls is what I just cannot wait for. And if I could have been the CEO at Bethesda, I would have said, "You put Starfield, you know, put it on a shelf and do Elder Scrolls first." But after the Starfield Direct, I was like, I got so excited. Hey Timmer, good to see you here, man. Hey Matt, what's going on, buddy? So yes, I'm the same way. It's also been said by Todd Howard, by Phil Spencer. What do y'all think about this? That Starfield will have the fewest bugs of any Bethesda game. Not only is it the biggest Bethesda game ever. It has the most line of dialogues. It has the most handcrafted areas of any Bethesda game. It has the largest city ever created by Bethesda. We're going to talk about New Atlantis in just a minute. All of those things, uh, but the fewest bugs. Now, is this just hype or are they serious? And it seems like that what they've been doing for the last year has been that they've been refining the game more than just adding to it. I think they've been refining the game and making it where um, it's a polished game for us. So it may be the most polished Bethesda game we've ever gotten. The biggest, not only the biggest, but the most polished Bethesda game we've ever got. So the biggest, the most lines of dialogue. It seems like we're going to have more choice in this one because we've been wanting more choice. It's going to go deeper into the RPG elements. I am so excited about that. I love the old Obsidian games because of that. DeMarco Dude, DeMarco Dude says, I believe it. They said they have all of Microsoft's Q&A on it. I don't doubt it. And that's one of the things about Microsoft that's going to help Bethesda. And I can see that, especially after what happened with Redfall. And by the way, just to mention Redfall for a minute, and DeMarco Dude, I would like your opinion on this. The rumors are with Redfall now that many of the developers at Redfall really wanted, when they delayed it, that many of the developers actually wanted Redfall to be canceled. And that some of them actually asked for it to be canceled. They didn't like what was happening with the game at all. They didn't believe in it at all. So that's very interesting. When you got the developers that want a game to be canceled instead of delayed, wow! I wonder how true that is. That's just what I'm hearing, and it's actually come out in some articles. Sarge says, I just haven't seen anything that excites me, but I can see why others would like it, and that's great. Sarge, are you just not into space? I mean, that I can understand that. Ricardo says Roundhouse took over on Redfall. Uh, didn't they? I'm not sure about. I know what Roundhouse is working on, and I'm not sure if they helped out on Redfall at all. Hey, Cindy's husband, what's going on? I love to see all them crowns, by the way. I love to see that. Um, hey, Vic, what's going on? Good to see you. It was good to talk to you earlier today, by the way. They did help. So Timmer says they did help. Thank you for that, Timmer. So Roundhouse did help on Redfall. Uh, absolutely. Let me mention real quick about I didn't mention earlier about the crowns. Again, y'all can be members if y'all want to. Just a little help. That does help out greatly. So Cindy's husband, I appreciate that crown coming up. And Vic, it is so good to see you. Great to see you. Hope you're doing really, really well. Um, what was I talking about? Sarge says space just doesn't do it for me in games. Yeah, I love it for real and for science involved, but games in space just don't do it for me. I'm the same way, and like I told you, I wasn't that excited for Starfield. I wasn't outward with it, but the direct really got me excited. I'm super excited for this game. I would definitely tell you that Elder Scrolls and Fallout I would put way above anything space related. But this, because it looks such like a sim. I mean, this is more of a sim than anything that Bethesda's ever done. From what we look at, is more of a sandbox, and I love a sandbox game. And believe it or not, that's why I love 76. 76 is more of a sandbox. They just leave you alone and say go wild. I love the sandbox aspect to games. I really do. So it does have me excited. Joshua says Xbox sales spiked by 1,335% after the showcase. Yeah, I heard that Starfield was second on Steam sales, which is crazy, being this far away from the game and it's already second in Steam sales. Snake Eyes. Hey, Snake Eyes. Good to see you. Space for me is just awesome. So definitely in my field. I really hope some of the people that that are in mine in your area, Sarge, that don't really like space. I hope Starfield really wins them over because I know there's a lot of people like that that are BGS fans. So, Psycho says you would love Conan, Exiles King, huge sandbox, and I love that kind of genre too. I love the Elder Scrolls type. I love knights and that kind of thing. Knights is my favorite genre. I love history. So even when they put magic in it, by the way, going back to Starfield, did you know that magic is going to be in Starfield? Let's talk about some hidden things that's in Starfield. And I know DeMarco Dude covered some of this in one of his videos, by the way, that is doing absolutely fabulous. I looked at it today. It is at 33,000, DeMarco Dude. So y'all go check out DeMarco Dude again on YouTube. He's doing wonderful. I think what'd you hit? 3,000 subscribers. Congratulations. Doing great. But y'all go subscribe to him and check him out. But this video was doing great, and I know some of these hidden facts he pulled out. But one of the things that's going to be in the game is some kind of magic, and it's going to be in the story that our player, our character, and it seems it's going to be through the artifact. Oh, 31 already. Great. Congratulations. Vic says Mass Effect made me fall in love with space games, so I can't wait for Starfield. It looks like that they're giving some very heavy nods to Mass Effect in Starfield. DeMarco Dude, was it? I think it was your video that you actually showed that the Vanguard actually has a thing that looks just like something in Mass Effect 2. So yeah, that was really cool. I think that was in DeMarco Dude's video. So DeMarco Dude says open world space games because too open aren't my alley, but Starfield has me genuinely excited. Sensor Eric says the game looks incredible to me. I wished it had co-op, but that's my only negative, and it won't affect me from playing it on day one. Matt says, what toxic systems will they put in after release, though? Interesting thought. Again, if you didn't hear, and we're going to talk more about this, one of the main thoughts of the podcast is this is a game that they are going to support for years, they are saying. Todd Howard said in an interview with IGN, he said they are going to continue post support launch for a long time. Unlike, and he said this is going to be different than Fallout 4, different than Skyrim, that they are going to continue to do DLC for Starfield for a long time. And again, I've heard from sources that it's years they're going to be doing this for. Various sizes, story content, plus I'm sure things for settlements like Fallout 4. They did some story, some other things. And somebody was naming the stuff. They did Vault 88. They did, and I've already forgotten. Y'all told me what it was, and I've already forgotten. But um, uh, all the cool little things that they added. The Automatron, I love that DLC for Fallout 4. So you can expect all kinds of varying things like that. And yeah, Psycho, they did say a 10-year commitment for 76. Yes, they did. But hey, we're still going at 5 years, isn't it? At 5 years, and it is still going kind of. Yeah, I know what you mean. But anyway, so the magic skills are kind of cool. It's going to come through the artifact. That's going to be part of the main story, so I'm going to leave that alone. But that was kind of cool in the trailer where you kind of have something that looks like the Force. I have heard some people that aren't BGS fans slamming it and going, "Oh, this is supposed to be a realistic game," and then you have some kind of magic. Well, again, it's going to be because you have some kind of connection with this artifact and whatever either alien or deity that is connected to it. If you want to know more about that, again, DeMarco Dude has some interesting thoughts about it. Um, and that's going to give you these skills that you're going to reach after a certain level. I think it's level 20 or something in the game. You actually branch off into another. You get, instead of 5 skill trees, you get 6. So it's kind of cool. But some other hidden things that I noticed while looking through the thing, and again, I was going to make a video on this, but instead I'm just going to shoot them out there to you. The ammo is weightless, which is kind of cool. You can name your ships. I can't wait to name my ships. You can own up to 9 ships. The Todd said you can own a fleet. Well, if 9 ships is a fleet, I believe that is the limit on how many ships you can own is 9. Nernroot is confirmed. Yes, I did see Nernroot in there. DeMarco Duda also saw it. Also, there are different biomes on single planets, which makes sense. You know, a planet should be big enough that there are different areas. So, you know, you may be in a forest in one area and there may be a desert on that same planet, or there may be a frozen area and a desert on the same planet. But it's interesting to know that one planet is not just going to be one type of area with one animal. So, that's interesting to see. I did notice one thing, just asking your question. Uh, Let me guess, King's Corner. Yeah. Um, One thing I did notice, not many of the planets had many trees. Uh, not anything like Fallout, even Fallout or um, Elder Scrolls. There was just a lack of trees on the. I don't know if it was just me. I only saw 1 or 2 that really had trees. Maybe it's just what they were showing. Maybe they wanted to show more space and open. I can see that, you know, wanting to show more of the planet surface. But tell me if y'all noticed that. Go back and watch the all the different planets they showed, and there just weren't many trees. And when they did show trees, it was very sparse. They were just one here and one there. It was. I hope there's some really, you know, thick forests like there are in the Elder Scrolls and even Fallout. Also, you can hide your spacesuit, which is kind of cool. When you go into town, you can hide your spacesuit. So that's just a few things. Other Another thing, the Earth has been destroyed in Starfield. I think everybody has about figured that out now because we have all seen St. Louis and the Arch. So, and they also have zoomed out with our sun and planet, and you can see the Earth in the shot, and it's not the blue marble, it's a little gray thing. So, something has happened in the story of Starfield that has ruined the Earth. So, we're going to find out about that as well. Okay, Dead Player says, is Fallout 5 going to be only for Xbox? I'm worried. I would say yes. I would say probably all future BGS games are going to be yes, Xbox only. I may be in the minority here. Some people may say even Elder Scrolls may be Sony and Xbox, but I think Starfield is setting the precedent that all BGS games are going to be exclusive for Xbox. But we'll see with the Elder Scrolls. Whatever the Elder Scrolls is, Fallout 5 will be. If the Elder Scrolls is Xbox exclusive, then you can bet Fallout will be. If Elder Scrolls is available on Sony, then so will Fallout 5, if that makes sense. Sarge says Fallout 76 supported for 10 years with stretching out 4 years worth of content. Yeah, absolutely. Psycho says, I fully hope I'm wrong and that it's smooth. Yes, I agree. Yes. Joshua, magic is just technology we can't comprehend. Yes, I've heard that somewhere. Sarge says Fallout 5 will be only Xbox. Yep, but that's not going to be ready this generation. Yeah, they Todd talked about that on his interview. He even said that the Elder Scrolls 6 will probably be his last Elder Scrolls game. I've actually been on record that it may be his last game, but that has been a long time ago that I said that. But he's not getting any younger. I'm not getting any younger. I don't know if I won't make. I won't make another Elder Scrolls game. Probably, I won't make another Fallout game. I'll make one. In other words, I'll probably, good Lord willing, make it to Fallout 5 in the Elder Scrolls 6. But the way things are going, that's it. I can't look forward to Fallout 6. Um, and if I do, I'll be Granny Skyrim's age, so maybe I can play it. Unexpected outcome. Good to see you here. You're talking to Dead Player. Ricardo says, think everything except some of the mobile like games. Hey, Garrett, what's going on? He says, hey, King, sorry I'm a bit late. I thought it was 4 instead of 5. It was 4:30. So I always started at a weird time. Garrett says, in all fairness, King, he didn't say it would be his last Elder Scrolls game. He said that it could be his last Elder Scrolls game because they want to support their games for longer. Yes, he did. I want to talk about New Atlantis a little bit. And again, I want to know how much hype. Somebody mentioned Todd's Little Lies, and I know Todd has a problem with overhyping his games. Not to the point that No Man's Sky did, because I think Todd don't go overboard. But some have accused Todd of, really, I just think Todd gets excited, honestly. But we have heard about New Atlantis, that it's the biggest city ever. Now, if this means that it is a city that has more quests than any other city that BGS has ever made. I want y'all to think about this. Atlantis has more quests than any other city. There was a city in Morrowind that had 80 quests. So, does New Atlantis have 85 or more quests in it? I think it's possible because the guy at IGN, excuse me, the one that has played it for over an hour, the one that has been to New Atlantis in the game, he says you can talk to every person in New Atlantis. Now, they all don't have something, extravagant to say, like a BGS game, but you can talk to every one of them. He said there's people everywhere. He said there is a subway system in New Atlantis. There is a train system of sorts. The town is so big, the city is so big that it has a subway system or a train system. That's amazing. And yes, DeMarco, dude, I've done my research. I got my note page here. It says 85 quests in a Morrowind city. I have. I wanted to know how big this city is going to be, how many quests it's going to be. I know it's going to be big and it's going to have a lot of people and a lot of quests, but man, again, they have promised so much with this. More dialogue than Fallout 4 and Skyrim combined. We know that for a fact. That's amazing. More handcrafted areas than any other game they've ever made. New Atlantis, the largest city that's ever been in a BGS game. So does that mean 85 or more quests? I think it could mean. That's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Is that why the game is 125 gigabytes to download it? Probably so. Garrett says, Todd, in my opinion, never lies. I'll read yours in just a minute. I got to go backwards, Garrett. Sorry. Unexpected outcome says, King, it was disturbing to hear Todd Howard not commit to Fallout 5 being in production right after Elder Scrolls 6. He was really non-committal in that interview. I'll tell you why he did that. Unexpected outcome. Don't get upset about it at all. I promise. What it was people had already written down, okay, this is the order. Bethesda's doing it. Elder Scrolls 6, Fallout 5. And I know we want Fallout 5. I know Fallout fans really want Fallout 5. But Bethesda loves surprises, okay? And Bethesda in the past, if you've been covering Bethesda or following Bethesda for a long time, I mean, they have never, like now, let people know what game is next. Never. I mean, this is the first time in history that people have known the next game, much less the next game after that. Well, since 2018, was that when the Fallout 76, Starfield, Elder Scrolls 6, all that happened? We literally got to know 3 games and possibly 4 games down the road with Fallout 5. And I think that makes Bethesda very uncomfortable, and Todd Howard especially, because it ties their hands. It means they don't want to break promises with the fans. And if they tell them this is what's coming, they want to do that. Well, they don't have that plan right now. All that's happening at Bethesda is the Elder Scrolls 6 is in pre-production. Yes, we want Fallout 5 next, but they want the ability to set their schedule, I think is all that it is. Do we know that Fallout 5 is coming? Yes. But I'm going to again tell y'all guys, there is another Fallout either in the works or about to be in the works. Y'all do not worry about it. There is a Fallout spinoff that is coming. It's coming. It's either from Obsidian or from another group that another studio that's under the Microsoft head, but it's coming. Okay. And it will be here way before Fallout 5 will be here. So y'all don't worry. It's coming. I don't want to give y'all a KingFanMan guarantee, but I'm just almost that positive about it. It's all but been confirmed verbally by heads of studios and people outwardly. There is a Fallout spinoff in the works and coming. So it's either in full production right now or the pre-production stage. So I think we can pretty much expect a Fallout spinoff. This is just now I'm guessing, okay? But I'm guessing we can expect a new Fallout game either by the Elder Scrolls 6 or before the Elder Scrolls 6. Does that ease your pain? Unexpected outcome? I hope it does. Okay, Garrett says, Todd, in my opinion, never lies. The things he says are technically true. It just comes down to whether or not the feature is as great as he describes it. I think you're right. I think he gets excited is what it is. He don't overhype it. He just gets excited. Hey, DeMar, what's going on? For me, Todd recently is acting very cautious with his statements. Many times Todd even says, I don't want to oversell this. Yeah. Because he's been accused of that in the past. That's exactly why. Sword says it has a subway system. It is it usable or like the Metro? It's from what I've heard, it's usable. It's a usable system that you actually can ride on it to different sections of the city. There's going to be different sections of the city, much like Whiterun, had 3 different sections of the city, and I think they envisioned it much bigger. But this is going to be where you ride to different sections of the city. Hey, Jersey Dolphins, what's going on? Jersey Dolphin says Xbox let me DL it already, but I can't play it till September. It says when I click play for Starfield. Let me DL it. Okay. Mark says King and chat. Hello, long time King. How are you and the family? We're doing great, Mark. Thank you. I've been very busy with taking care of my mom, but we are doing great. It's so great to be on YouTube. I want to get back full time on YouTube. I'm I'm desperate for YouTube money. Okay, y'all please. I looked at my YouTube money and I'm at negative 26. How do you get negative on YouTube money? I really don't know, but we depend on the YouTube money for to pay bills, and I'm at negative 26 this month. Censor says, imagine you're Todd about to launch your new IP in 25 years, and everyone wants to ask you about Fallout 5. Yep, exactly. Donalo says the IGN guy talked about the subway system, and I don't believe him at all. Okay. Mark says, notice something interesting about Starfield, probably people have picked up on. Unlike Skyrim uh, and Fallout that go by item weight, Starfield goes by mass. Yep. Yeah, there's several things. Instead of stamina, going to be oxygen. I noticed that as well. So mass, oxygen, uh, it's probably going to feel very similar, and you might not even notice some of those things. But Starfield also is going to have. I don't know if it's going to be voluntary or if it's going to be for everybody, but there's going to be a lot of survival things in it as well. It seems like you're going to be taking a lot of damage from the environment. There's going to be every planet's going to have different oxygen levels, all kinds of different things. Um, oh, Psycho gifted one KingFanMan membership. All right, thank you, Psycho. That is so cool. I didn't know you could do that. That is awesome. That is very cool. That was when we were talking about it earlier. Thank you, Psycho. That's amazing. Um, Mark says, well, it would have to be that way if you're venturing to places with different gravity. The gravity is amazing, guys. Did y'all notice and I know there's all kinds of things from the Starfield Direct. I mean, my word, it was 45 minutes. But in it matters what guns you're using. If you're using a ballistic weapon in either no gravity or uh, close to no gravity, it will throw you backwards. If you're using a laser weapon, it won't. So interesting. Just so interesting. DeMarco Dude says, do you know this from sources too? What the Fallout? Are you talking about the Fallout spinoff? Yes and no. Um, I do have some people I trust that I talk to, but no, most of what I'm hearing from the Fallout spinoff has been from things in interviews that people have actually said. I've gone over them on the KingCast, and I can do a full video breakdown. Uh, one is the lead director of Obsidian actually said that they have and are in talks with Bethesda, but he said nothing was on paper yet. That was goodness, that was like almost a year ago. Well, you can't get somebody to talk like that unless it's major, major. So, I mean, there's something major going on behind the scenes if they're talking like that outwardly. Uh, Donalo says, I don't think we will get any Fallout game from another studio. Y'all just wait. The King's going to be right again. I wouldn't say this, guys. I wouldn't just say something crazy if I didn't think it was true. Garrett says, personally, I don't want Obsidian anywhere near Fallout. I believe it's going to be a joint effort. Before y'all get scared, I think it's going to be a joint effort. I think Todd's going to be overseeing it. Todd's not going to let any Fallout go out without him having the executive producership over it. Like he's the executive producer over the Fallout TV show right now, over Indiana Jones. He's got a lot of hats going on. And I did do a video about this. Y'all can go back and watch me and Joey Caps talking about this. But Todd Howard will definitely be involved. It's not just going to be uh, him. So let's see. Obsidian made New Vegas. Yes, but there is nobody at Obsidian left that did New Vegas. There's another studio where they're all at, and I cannot for the life of me think of that studio, but that's the other studio that is involved in the talks for the Fallout game. Somebody can probably tell me. I wished. I think it starts with an E. I hate having lupus and memory issues. It's terrible. Mark says they also said they would love to do another Fallout. Guess we have to pick one, Garrett. Okay. If King says it, I believe it. Thank you, DeMarco, dude. I promise I'm not just saying things. It again, I'm not saying it's a for sure thing. I'm not saying it's a KingFanMan guarantee, but I would almost stake my reputation on it. Hey, the Arcane Realm, what's going on? I couldn't get that out. They need Tim Kaine back. Yes, they do. Absolutely. Hey, Mississippi Queen, it's the lupus. It is the lupus. Hey, can I mention real quick, and we don't have to quit talking about Starfield, but since we mentioned Fallout, I do want to mention, I don't know how many of y'all care or even want to talk about it, but we do know some information about Fallout 76. June 20th is the new update. Where we get season 13, which is Shoot for the Stars. The new update is called Once in a Blue Moon, where there's 2 new events coming: Safe and Sound, where you defend the Middle Mountain pit stop, and also the other event is called Beast of Burden, where you're fighting off a bunch of cultists in the Cranberry Bog. We get the 2 new cryptids, the Agua, that's the big turtle, and the Blue Devil, which is the werewolf. And most people don't know it. And in fact, Kane argued with me, but I went back and listened again, and I was right. The new expansion, Atlantic City, is not coming until next year. So don't expect it in November or December. Don't expect it this summer. We're not getting the expansion Atlantic City until next year. If you watch the Xbox extended, when they did that, the guy came on talking about the new thing, and he said we will take players next year to Atlantic City. I do want to yes, next year, the Arcane Realm, which means we do not know what we're going to get November, December. We've not gotten a roadmap, so we have no idea what we're getting for November or December. We do have another patch that's coming in August, patch number 46, which is season 14, United We Stand. We don't know what content's coming with that other than Meat Week, which is, normal. In July, we're getting the Invaders from Beyond again and the Treasure Hunter, which is nothing new. But we may get some new content in August with that new patch, but we don't know. They're not telling us anymore. They're not giving us a roadmap. And maybe that's because in the past, some people have said, well, they made promises and didn't deliver. So maybe that's why they're not telling us now. So maybe we'll get some new content in August. Hopefully we'll learn what we're getting this fall in August and November. Remember, we have 3 confirmed outside studios working on Fallout 76 now. If you'll please watch my last 2, I need YouTube money, okay? If you'll please watch my last 2 videos on the future of Fallout, and then whatever the other one was called. With me and Joey Caps, I go over both of these things that I'm talking about with the future Fallout game and Fallout 76, where what they could be planning maybe, and why they're not telling us what's coming. Maybe it's some content related to the Fallout TV show. I'm hoping, because we haven't heard anything about the Fallout TV show, but Bethesda likes doing surprises. So maybe that's why we don't know what's coming in November and December. Maybe that's why Atlantic City is next year. I do want to say one thing, and then I'll go back to the chat. Did y'all notice? Did y'all notice? Hold on just a second. Wolfman is calling me. Yay, Wolfman. I'm on the live stream. What you doing? No, are you okay? Well, that's okay. Okay. I'll see you in a minute then. Love you. You're okay. Okay, that was Wolfman. Um, now what was I saying? Good grief. You can't distract the lupus man. He'll just go crazy. Oh, yeah. Did y'all notice on the Atlantic City trailer, two things. The vault dweller, number one, had a crown on. And then the very next scene, you see Elvis on stage. Well, you see a ghoulified Elvis on stage. That had to be, that had to be Bethesda saying, King Fan Man, thank you. We love you. That, it had to be. Yeah, right. Garrett, thank you. $5 super chat. Thank you. Now I'm negative 21. Y'all are awesome. He says, I had to create a second account to super chat. Apparently, I said something that offended someone and they banned me from doing it. Hope it helps. Thank you so much, brother. You didn't have to do that, but thank you. Bless your heart. I appreciate that so much. Yes. That's the only way we get by is y'all helping us. Thank you so much. Okay. Let's see. Where was I at? Okay, the Arcane Realm said next year. Yes, Matt says such a long time till Atlantic City. Hopefully that DLC won't break the game like every other DLC before. Sarge says events are great, but most times it's just reuse objectives in a different area. They need some more content that adds to story and expands the lore. Amen. 100 and not bullet sponges. I agree 100%. And of course, that's probably what those cryptids are going to be. I will say this, I will at least ask this. Do y'all think it's possible Atlantic City is an expedition now? It's going to be like the pit, but is it possible that Atlantic City is going to be more exploring and more story? Because it don't talk about it like it did the pit. I think it's an expedition type thing, but I'm hoping it's going to have more exploring and more story. I know there's going to be some more things to do there. You're going to be able to go gamble, and there's some mini games that you're going to be able to do there. So hopefully there will be more story and that kind of thing, because that's what people have been craving. That's my subscribers anyway. Timmer says 2024 could be crazy for Bethesda if certain games are released that year from them. Absolutely, 100%. Unexpected Outcome says, I sure hope that they make Atlantic City worthwhile since it's going to take forever. It took forever to make the pit. Yeah, I agree 100%. If it is just like the pit, then then every past project they've done for a while has been a bust since Worlds. I mean, Worlds was a bust, and the pit was a bust, and I'm saying that I know there's some people that like it, but there hasn't been an expansion. Well, I think Nuka World was a success, but most of them that they've added has not been as good at all. Mark says no problem. He's talking to Garrett. Garrett says, I will say that Atlantic City actually looked less like a grindy pit DLC and more like something else. I kind of got excited about it too. I did. I think maybe possibly you're right. Gentugo, good to see you, man. It's been a long time. Did they say what PC requirements will be for Starfield? Yes, they did put that out. I do know right off the bat it's going to be 125 gigabyte download. But yes, you can go online now and see all of the requirements. So, yes, I love Eviction Notice. Eviction Notice is a great event. I don't mind new events, but I'm kind of like Sarge. Don't just, reuse the same thing over. Make it something neat and new. Eviction Notice is totally different. It's very hard. Um, I think that is uh, really cool. But I think people want story. The best thing about Bethesda, in my opinion, is exploring. So if you're going to make a new place outside the map, make it where it's exploring and there's story and lore. And I think that's what Sarge was talking about. So uh, that's the Sarge. Thank you so much. Another super chat. Hey, I'm even now. I've broke even. I have broke even. Thanks for all the content you provide and how much work you put into the community. Bless your heart. Y'all are awesome. Y'all are amazing. Y'all are absolutely amazing. Okay, that's and by the way, I think double XP is going on right now. I've been out of town. I don't know, but y'all let me know. I believe double XP is going on right now with Fallout 76. Okay, all of that said, thank you, Sarge, and thank you, Garrett, for the super chats. Y'all are amazing. I am now dead even on YouTube at 0, so we're good. Queen, now we don't owe YouTube anything, so now we can start afresh for this month. We can sum up. We are 5 minutes left in this podcast. Hey, there's somebody. Welcome to the King's Crew. We got a new member, Joshua. Welcome to the King's Crew. Um, very soon, I've told y'all we're gonna start some live streams for members only. Um, as soon as I get to where I can stream, not on this laptop, but back on my real computer, I'm going to be streaming some regular Bethesda games, not Fallout 76, but some games like Fallout 3, Fallout 4, some others like that. I think Garrett and some other people have been wanting me to do that. So if you're interested in that kind of thing and maybe some behind the scenes things with me at home, then become a member of the King's Crew. I'm kind of wanting the King's Crew to get built up, a few more people, and then we'll start that. But welcome to the King's Crew, Joshua, and thank you so much for that help. Bring back Nuclear Winter. I agree 100%. DeMarco Dude says the Kingcast cannot end now. It's going great. I agree. We are just a few minutes, and always at the end, I open it up for any questions, any comments, any thoughts. What we've been talking about today, of course, we talked a lot about Starfield. I didn't get to half of what I wanted to talk to you about Starfield. There is so much. Timmer says, talk about Wolfenstein 3. I have brought up Wolfenstein 3 several times on the Kingcast. In fact, I did a whole Kingcast on Wolfenstein 3. I love Wolfenstein. Hold on, here's the Queen. Hey, Miss Queen.
Hey guys. So I think DeMarco Dude said it, but and you may have said it by now because we all know I'm behind what you're doing. But
I may have missed it.
You can't end now because the show's going great.
Everybody tell Queen hi. You tell everybody hi, Queen. We need to get you back on a King's Cast.
We need, yes, that's one of the. Yes, I agree.
We don't talk much about games when you're on them, but boy, there's so much fun when you're on the Kingcast. Hey, Vic says, "Hey, Miss Queen."
Oh my gosh! Is Vic on there?
She is, because we're talking about Starfield. She didn't like Fallout 76, but she loves Starfield.
That's hilarious. I want to play Indiana Jones. I think I want to play Starfield too. Maybe. Play Starfield with me.
Back to Wolfenstein 3. Yes, I love the Wolfenstein series. I cannot.
Oh my gosh, y'all! I called in and you on.
DeMarco Dude says, first 2-hour show. Let's go. Hey, I've done an hour and 30 minutes. I have. I cannot wait for Wolfenstein 3. But it cannot come out during Starfield. And I've wondered about Fallout 76 not having. Oops, I lost Queen. I've wondered about Fallout 76 not having any content scheduled for November or December. Could that be because Starfield comes out in the fall? Maybe Bethesda just says, y'all just go over and play Starfield. I don't know. Cindy's husband says, Queen rules. She'll hear, I promise, even though she's not on the phone. Guys, y'all are amazing. Thank y'all for an amazing KingCast. Y'all know I will be back. I will try to be more regular on YouTube. I appreciate y'all's continued support. Those of y'all who are members and Patreons, y'all are so amazing for continuing to support me, even though I've been away, because y'all know what I've been doing. Y'all please hit that like button. And if you want to share this, because some people don't know how good the KingCast really is, they need to try it. Anyway, y'all just make my day so much brighter, and thank y'all so very much. I hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your weekend. May God bless you richly, and I will see y'all next time. Goodbye, everybody.